What up, everybody? How's it going? YouTube Live. Right now, it's Friday, July 29th at 9 a.m. California time. All right, let's see if we're going live with this video. Um, okay. What up, everybody? How's it going? All right, we are live. Good. I know it's been just like the title of this video by Will Smith, it's been a minute. It's been a while since I did any live stream. I apologize for that. I was at San Diego Comic Con last week. I've been busy, and this week been busy uploading those videos. So I'll try to be more. I'll try to do more live stream more often from this point on. Okay, but of course when I have the time, because in a few hours from now I gotta get back to work. I'm off this morning, but I'm working this afternoon. So I'll try to squeeze in some live stream probably every other day or so. But anyway, Will Smith posted this video earlier this morning, like about an hour ago. So he has come out with an apology video, basically apologizing to everybody. And although he has done that on a written statement on his Instagram post or after slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars, this is not a written statement. This is a video statement. So we're gonna have to look at this. We'll look at this and we'll react to it point by point. Okay. So let's make this bigger. It's been a minute. Over the last few months, I've been doing a lot of thinking and personal work. You asked a lot of fair questions that I wanted to take time to answer.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Okay, let's pause there. So from his statement here, Chris Rock is not ready to talk to him, meaning Chris Rock has not yet accepted his apology, and that's fine if Chris Rock needs some time. But simultaneously, you've heard news that Chris Rock has been using this as a material for his stand-up. He's been doing stand-up tour since April, since that slap. Um, and he's been, he's been making light of it, and he's been like, it looks like from the stage on his stand-up, from the clips that I saw, it looks like he's, you know what, I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna use it as my material. I was like, so I don't know if that's just a pose or like a front. It seems that maybe Chris Rock like, okay, I'm a comedian. I gotta at least do something with this, but deep down, I'm still hurt. Maybe that's the case. Maybe Chris Rock is, we always have this assumption that comedian can roll anything off their shoulder. Like, they're comedians. They can take it, but maybe it's just something that they put on, when they're on the stage, because they have to, the show must go on sort of thing. But it's clear from here that Chris Rock is still hurt. If he still has not yet accepted Will Smith's apology, and he still hasn't talked with Will Smith, that means all that, the joke about the slap on the stage that he's been doing since April is just, it's just performance, if you will. So, it's very revealing here. It's very telling.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and That was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man, and this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults.
Okay, pause. So it seems that from what he's saying here, he has come to the realization that what he did was wrong. I know a lot of people were divided over this when it happened, and it really caused a lot of division also among you guys, the fans, because many of you guys were siding with Will Smith, and many of you guys, like me, were siding with Chris Rock. I was in the camp of like, hey, you can be angry at a joke. A joke can piss you off, and that's fair. You know, but you don't lay your hand on anybody. Okay, that's my principle. You don't, just like that guy who tackled Dave Chappelle at Hollywood Bowl. Remember that a couple of months ago? He literally tackled Dave Chappelle on the stage because he didn't like what Dave Chappelle, said about trans community and whatnot. And I don't like what he said about trans community as well. I'm a big fan of Dave Chappelle, but I thought that joke or those jokes were uncalled for. But no, you don't tackle him. Okay, you don't do that. The same thing with Will Smith. You don't slap somebody on the stage. Um, yeah, I think it's fair play if you want to heckle or verbally yell, whatnot. I'm all for like verbal disagreement, but no, you don't lay your hand on somebody. But a lot of people were siding with Will Smith because they're very adamant. They have strong feelings about, hey, if somebody said that about my wife, if my wife have had alopecia, hell yeah, I would beat them up too. You don't disrespect my wife like that. I'm not married, so I can't put myself in that position. So a lot of people were siding with Will Smith, because they're angry. Like, you don't do that. You don't say that, to somebody's wife. And I'm not taking that anger away from them. They're justified being angry like that. And so, if they want to side with Will Smith because of that, that's their prerogative. But that was in the heat of the moment. That was when it happened. That was after it happened. Um, and now it seems that a lot of people like Will Smith have come to the realization after a few months, like, you know what, there's there should have been a better way. There should have been a more mature way of handling my anger about that. What he said. Like, that's not the way to have done it. So that is very cool. I think this is a very mature way of Will Smith of realizing that what he did was wrong, and I think what he's been saying here so far has been eloquent, has been articulate, and yeah, positive points for me.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No.
Daniel's hot topics. Yes, everybody knew by now that Ben Affleck is back as in Aquaman 2, but I didn't make a live stream and video about that. Sorry, I was at work yesterday. Miss Camarello, I hope this is the last time he publicly apologizes. People are gonna say he's trying to save his own butt. Yes, that's true. I think a lot of people are gonna say, this apology video is just trying to. It's just him trying to get back to the good graces of Hollywood, and that may be so. That may be so. We don't know what's in his heart. It looks like he really means it here, that he's really sorry. Um, he's just trying to save his own butt. Yes, that may be true, but you know what? It's an effort. It's an effort. And I got to give him some credit for that effort. Not a lot of people would be willing to do this apology video. You know, you're not gonna get this kind of video from Kevin Smith or Louis C.K. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not equating Will Smith's what Will Smith did with Kevin Spacey and Louis C.K. But I'm just saying that at least he's doing this. You know, um, and he's saving his own butt, whatever you want to label it. But at least he's doing this video.
It's like, I made a choice on my own from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, this is a community.
Devin says Will Smith did the right thing by getting his feelings out. Miss Camarello, I wouldn't want to be Will Smith for all the money in the world. It's hard to be under that kind of scrutiny for 30 years to make no mistakes. Yeah, real quick, Miss Camarello made a point. Because Will Smith, since Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, with the exception of that beef that he had with Aunt Viv, the first Aunt Viv, that beef was pretty public. With the exception of that, Will Smith over the years since that show has been, he has had this image or reputation of a good guy, of a chill guy. He's like always nice, always friendly on the red carpet with the fans or in the press tours. He's the good guy, you know what I'm saying? So the slap was like out of a left corner, like a curveball. Like, what? It's so unlike Will Smith. Why would Will Smith do such a thing? So it's a 30 years of reputation suddenly just like broke down. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa, that's the Will Smith that we never saw before. It's just it does say something about image and reputation. What you hold up in Hollywood. Um, would I want to be Will Smith? To Miss Cameron's question, I don't know. I don't think I would want to be. I've mentioned many times that I want fortune. I don't want fame. Fame has its ugly side, bro. Not just people like stalking you or whatnot, but fame is just like this. Like you have to really maintain shit, otherwise people will be like, "Oh, that's not you. What's going on here?" And then they'll scrutinize you some more because of the one misstep. I like fortune. I would love to have Will Smith's fortune, but no, I do not envy Will Smith's fame. You can keep that. Dominic John Spanner, you cannot just say you're sorry and magically whips it away. I hit you with my car. Sorry. Come on, he messed up. I don't care. He's a jerk in my book. I wouldn't pay to see his films. That's fine. So Dominic has made a stance here saying this is not enough. You can't just say sorry and then just bury everything under bury the hatchet or bury everything under the bridge. I get you. I get you. Maybe he should do some more than just this apology video. By the way, before
It's like I want.
he's also apologizing to his wife here, and we're gonna see some more of what he says about his wife in a minute, because I already saw the whole thing, and that's fine, because we have opinions about Jada Pinkett Smith. A lot of us also pick sides about her. Many of us think like, oh, it's Jada's fault for rolling her eyes. For maybe it's Jada who's telling her husband not to or her husband to go slap Chris Rock. We don't know. We don't know. But right now, it seems that he wants to divert that attention away from his wife and his kids. It's like, no, it's got nothing to do with them. This is my fault. So this is Will Smith taking full responsibility onto himself.
One, because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnish
Oh, sorry.
my
This is
fellow
first fellow
nominees.
Oscar nominee.
You know, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. You know, it happened on Questlove's award, and you know, it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to
Yeah, that was messed up, dude. He basically stole the thunder, stole the attention away from anybody who's winning Oscars after that slap. Like, because all that everybody talked about was that slap. You know, basically stole the scene from every one of them, and that's not cool. Because that's not his ceremony. That's everybody's ceremony. That's in the room.
you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And
See what I thought we talked earlier?
the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit.
Whoa.
So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
Okay. Is that the end of the video? I think that's the end of the video. Yep.
Tarnished.
So what he said that at the end is also, it also speaks to us, the fans, right? You know, when he said like, "Sorry, I let you down. I disappoint your image or impression of me." What we talked earlier about image and reputation that you hold up. That comes with fame. That's what I don't envy about fame. It's such a pressure to hold up that such a reputation, and then one slip up, and then or one misstep, and then you get scrutinized for that. Like, oh my god, and you get judged and like sent to the dog pound. If you was like, oh my god, he's not a good guy. What's wrong with you? Now, but that's also an indictment of us, the fans. What he said that at the end, because we live in a celebrity worship society, guys. No matter how you want to deny it, you gotta admit we live in a celebrity worship society. We worship celebrities. We idolize. We have idols. We idolize these guys. So we put them on pedestal, and when they don't meet that expectations or our expectations of them, you're like, oh my god, how we're like disappointed. We're angry. We're shocked. We forget that they are just humans. Not to justify the slap, not to warrant it. Not to excuse the slap, but Will Smith is human, and obviously his weakness is like, I'm gonna go be angry at this joke, and I'm gonna physically act on it. That was his human moment, and so we sometimes forget that. We want celebrities to always like. We want celebrities to be perfect, that they don't poop, they don't pee, but they do. They do poop and pee. They're humans like all of us, and I think that's an indictment of us, the fans, as well. At the end there. I thought he said something else about his wife. It was like,
My history with Chris, that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect.
where do you guys go?
Choice. Um, I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on
Okay, we already.
all of us. To all my fellow nominees, you know, on my own, from my own experiences. After Jada rolled her eyes,
After
did
Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? So that's the controversy, right? A lot of people think like Jada may have had something to do with Will Smith. Because remember, if you saw the video of Will Smith seconds before he got up on the stage and slapped Chris Rock, he was laughing at Chris Rock's joke about how Jada looks like G.I. Jane. You remember that? He was laughing. There's a camera on Will Smith, and he was cracking up. But then seconds after that, Will Smith just got up on the stage, and people think like, oh, Jada has some sort of a spell on Will Smith, and I was like, oh, maybe. And then after that, there's rumors like, oh, because Jada is such a bad wife, and because of the cheating, so Will Smith feels emasculated because of the cheating that Jada did. So all these, so this is a question that's really, really, hitting that nerve, if you will.
she tell you to do something? No. Um, it's like, I made a choice on my own from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe.
Okay. So yeah, that was very short. Clearly, he's trying to divert attention and guilt away from Jada. I don't know if we can believe that fully. Maybe this is the testament of a guy who is desperate for Jada's approval. Like, you know what, Jada, please don't leave me, don't cheat on me. Let's not have open relationship anymore. Who knows? We might be reading too much into it, but obviously, just keeping it short, he's telling the world like, no, it's on me. It's not on my wife. Um, so in a way, he's also trying to save his wife's career at the same time here. Let's see some of the reactions from the commenters here. A lot of them are very supportive, of course. We love you, Will. There's no love lost. I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself. I'm human. I made a mistake. You're a good man, Will. So a lot of these are Will Smith's fans. Sometimes we react faster than our thoughts. Small mistake. Chris wasn't injured. Fist fights used to solve a lot of tension when we were kids. Oh yeah, when we were kids. Come on now. Don't be excusing that now. Will, bro, you're a legend. Don't worry about it. You save many lives with your films and series. Save many lives with your guys. Come on, come on. Really, we're gonna equate celebrities movies with like firefighters and first responders actually saving lives out there. Just see this is how we do it. This is how we do celebrities in this society. Will, we love you. You're still a positive role model. We do make mistakes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so all of these are very supportive. These are all of the fans. Obviously, none of them are going to be negative comments. Um, but yeah, do I give credit to Will Smith for posting this video? I do. I do. Like I said earlier, at least he's doing this. Um, Not a lot of people in trouble with Hollywood today would do this. So the fact that he actually took the time to do this, that's a credit onto itself. So Dominic Johnson, a fireman or cop saves lives. A summer blockbuster doesn't save lives. Exactly, but that's our mentality, man. That is our mentality as a society, celebrity worship society. We're like, oh my god, if it wasn't for that movie, you know, lives would be ruined. Thank God for that movie. Now you could probably say that about Schindler's List, but that's like one in a million. Um, Stephen Fairmwell, in the moment in the moment was taken too far. If he had not been sitting there so close, he would never have done it. Ah, you're saying seating arrangement may have something to do. Yeah, I that's not a bad point. Maybe if Will Smith and Jada had been seated like a couple of rows back, maybe he wouldn't have like, you know what? I'm gonna try to walk over these other celebrities onto the stage. You know, maybe he wouldn't have like, maybe he would not have bothered to do the hassle of walking to the stage. Maybe. But you know, Will Smith and Jada are big Hollywood stars. They're not gonna put them a couple of rows in the back with the Williams sisters, who apparently sit in the back. I was like, this movie is about the Williams sisters, but they're sitting in the back. Anyway, um, yeah, but thanks for that point, Stephen. So do I give him credit for that? Yes. For this video, yes, I do. I do. Is this video enough? Is this apology video enough? I think that's up to us to decide. You know, apparently for Dominic, it's not enough. Maybe he should do something more. But you know, he's reaching out to Chris. Chris is not ready to talk to him yet. Obviously, Chris is fine with using this as a material for his stand-up, but he's not fine yet deep down. You know, as a person, he's still hurt. I get that. I get that. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. You know, when Chris Rock, when the news hits, whenever that is, of Chris Rock accepting Will Smith's apology, we're gonna do live stream again, and we're gonna react to that. Um, but yeah, do I think he should do more? I don't know. I don't know what else or what more he could do. Right now, Will Smith already volunteered to take himself out of the membership of the Academy, so he's not even an Academy member anymore. I think at least for 10 years or so, and he's banned from attending the Oscars. So I don't know. I don't know what more he could do. Obviously, he's still rich. He's still famous. He can still produce shows. He can still produce movies. He can still act in them. You know, there's no banning against that. So he's gonna be fine, guys. Will Smith is gonna be fine. You know, this is career-wise, money-wise, he's gonna do just fine. But yeah, Chad Middleton, no, security didn't bother with him. It wouldn't have mattered. Yep, pretty much. It's enough for me, Miss Camarello says. Okay, that's good. That's good. And Chad Middleton, yeah, it's up to Chris Rock. Yeah, you know what? You know what they say, right? Time heals all wounds. How many months ago was the month of March? 6 months ago. Is 6 months enough to heal all wounds? We'll see. We'll see. But definitely, Chris Rock. Will Smith is making the initiative to put himself out there. It's like, hey, that was not cool. That was not cool. Yeah, and that was not cool. I'm still in the camp that, hey, we may not like a joke. We may not like what people say. Even if it's not a joke. But you never ever lay a hand on somebody. All right. That's a no-no, guys. That's a no-no, and I think we need to live. No, if people say like, "Hey, if you insult my wife, I will defend her honor," and you're gonna see my fist flying to your face. I that's your prerogative, all right? That's your principle. It's a free country. You do you, but that's not my principle. A scenario would have been a better scenario would have been if after Chris Rock was on that stage, Will Smith approached him on the backstage and it's like, hey, that was not cool what you said about my wife, like blah blah blah, man to man verbally, instead of making a scene for the public and steal the thunder from the other Oscar nominees. If he would have gone backstage with Chris Rock and man to man, just like, hey, that's not cool, man. You need to apologize to me and apologize to my wife. I think Chris Rock would have apologized. He would have. But that would have been an adult way of handling that situation, in my opinion. So, but that's my opinion. That's my principle. If you don't share that opinion, if you don't share that principle, that's your prerogative. So thank you so much for tuning in to this live stream. Satish Kumar says, "I'm in India. I'm in India. I love your movies." I think this is a message for Will Smith. Satish, love your movies, Will Smith. So, yeah, This is quite the development. Let me know your thoughts about this apology video in the comment section below. Thank you so much for those of you who chatted in. Chat, Miss Caramello. I'm sorry, Miss Caramello. I apologize. Chat Milton, Satish Kumar, Stephen Fermoil, Dominic John Speno, Daniel's Hot Topics, Davon Griven. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you guys who didn't get to chat in, let me know your thoughts about this apology video. Is this apology video by Will Smith enough, or is it not enough? And what do you think should happen from this point forward? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And as always, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Let's rock this. I gotta get to work. I gotta get to work. You guys I gotta go pay the bills. Let's rock this.